Hello, thank you for tuning in to the Diaspora Panel. This is the Diaspora Panel, the voice of the diaspora, and my name is Dejolaya. I am based in Ireland. I have with me in the house, I have Mr. Ademola Adisa, who is based in the United Kingdom. Mr. Adisa, you are welcome to today's meeting.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I have Mr. Ola Lawal, who is based in Calgary, Canada. Mr. Lawal, you are welcome.
Thank you for having me, and good
And
day
my
to our
very
viewers.
good friend, Mr. Olaitan Adedigba, who is based in America. You are welcome to this meeting.
Yes, my pleasure to be here this afternoon.
We want to say, first of all, thank you to all our viewers, all our subscribers. We want to welcome you to the Diaspora family. And please, we want to see your comments. We want to see you share to share with your friends. And if you're one of our viewers and you have not yet subscribed, please click that button. It's free of charge so that anytime we do a new video, you'll be one of the first people to know about it. So today we want to talk about coup d'etat in Nigeria. In the last few days, one very popular newspaper blog carried the news that about 16 officers are plotting to overthrow the federal government of Nigeria. Allegedly. The army swiftly came out to repudiate the story and said that these 16 officers were actually arrested because they failed the promotional exam. So because that repudiation, that story didn't really sell, because you cannot arrest people for failing an exam. You cannot court-martial people for failing an exam. So it looked very suspicious. So we decided to dig in, and we found that now there's a new story again on the same Sahara reporters that suggests that the people who were involved, about 16 of them, was led by one Colonel ALMAKURA, who is a nephew to former Governor ALMAKURA, of Nasarawa State. And they said that these 16 of them were all Northerners, and that they were in the office. They are working in the office of the National Security Advisor, RIBADU. So, Demola, let me come to you first. Why is it always the North that's against Nigerian program? Because we are now in a 2 year of Tinubu's, government that is doing so well, bringing money to Nigeria, raising more money to be spent, doing everything, creating, why is it always the North? Why?
Oh, thank you, DG. As you said, this was a suspicions as raised by Sahara reporter, the online newspaper blog, that this coup was foiled on the October 1st, the Independence 65 Independence celebration, and was why the Independence celebration was cancelled. Actually, when the Independence celebration was cancelled, everybody wondered why the celebration, the parade, was cancelled on that day. The reason, there was no justifiable reason for it other than to say that they don't think it's necessary. And for putting up so much effort in setting it up and to cancel it, already people have suspicion that something most drastic must have happened. So when these Sahara reporters reports expose or allege that this coup was supposed to take place on that day, people wondered if this may be true or not. Now, as we know, in Nigerian coup, from history, it's only the northern officers that always plan coup. There was never any coup instigated or by any southern officers that was ever exposed or even successful. So all in our history. So it's not surprise if there is speculation that all these officers are most likely to be Northern officers. And from Sahara reporters' suggestion that they come from the office of the National Security Advisor is very, very concerning. And it's least expected. But let's hope this is not true. But if it is, it's really, really bad. So why they are doing that is because the North are used to using the military to get more than their fair share of natural resources, natural cake. They have been using that to have to determine whatever anybody is able to have. So it seems this democratic dispensation is not fair. It's not been very good. I mean, it's not very much.
They are not able to oppress the others.
So it's not even their people, because people are now having a fair share across geographical boundaries. So I won't be surprised if it's mostly the northern officers, as usual, that were the one that is. So it's for their own selfish interest and not for the unity of Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Lighton, so we are hearing that these officers, 16 in number, are working in the office of the NSA. That's new RIBADU, who is the right-hand man of the president. And we also hear that one of them, the leader of this group, allegedly, his name is one Colonel ALMAKURA, who is a nephew to a former governor, ALMAKURA of Nasarawa State. What do you make of that, Lighton?
Yeah, it's not surprising. I mean, it's not surprising that the Northerners they are feeling the heat of the reorganization going on in Nigeria, right? So all of them, they are not like Demola said earlier. The Northerners, once they feel disenchanted, they feel they should be at the top of the Enkelo in the military, in the ministry, in everywhere, in the federal parastatal, everywhere. So they are feeling that, okay, everything is now being, okay, the whole country, they are feeling the sense of belonging, right? So they think that, okay, I mean, that should not be, right? So they are used to getting things easily, getting things because of their region, because of the region they belong to. Region that they belong to is to rule. They are born to rule. So all these things is now is no more like the before, right? So I mean, no doubt they are now planning all these various activities going on that they need to exterminate Mr. President, God forbid. So I know that a lot of them, even don't be surprised, a lot of big names, if they are really caught, right? A lot of big names will be exposed, who will be the financier of this school, right? So it's not surprising that these people are doing this. They are going about. A lot of people are disenchanted. A lot of people are used to free money, getting free contract, putting their children in places of where they can get in NNPC, in federal parasasa. There is no more in what's it called? All these places in Nigeria. So it's no more. So these people, they are bound to fight back, right? To make sure that they reclaim what they thought that it belongs to them.
Their birthright.
But, yes. So their birthright, yes, like they always say, it's their birthright to rule. They are born to rule. So don't be surprised that a lot of people, even among the Yorubas and the Igbos, they will be mentioned. If they deep down to find out those people who are involved. So that is my own take.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shukwa. So they were planning to hit the president on the National Day on October 1. So imagine there's a parade for Nigerian independence, and then the National Security Advisor arrived with his soldiers who are supposed to protect the president. And then they opened fire, kill the president, kill the vice president, kill the Senate president, kill the Speaker of House of Rep. What do you think could have happened in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. Well, I think it will have been a very chaotic situation. Um, and I think it really underscores the fact that not everybody is very happy with the progress that this administration seems to be making. I think it is very clear that if actually there was a coup plot, and they were planning to, take out the president and a couple of other senior administration officials, I think it will be very clear to Nigerians that not everybody actually wants Nigeria to move forward, but certain people want, mostly to keep Nigeria pretty much in their pockets. I think if I look at the initial reports, I have a bit of a different opinion because the statement that was given says around 16 to 20 officers were under detention for professional misconduct or indiscipline. My thinking, because if you listen to what's been happening in social media, I think about a week or 2 weeks ago, there were reports that the Sahel junta were going to actually name Nigerian politicians and people who were sponsors of terrorism. Excuse me. And I think from all of the analysis that we've done in the past, it's very, very clear that a lot of these bandits and terrorists could not have operated without access to weapons and, in certain cases, military intelligence. So it seems that there is obviously, some military involvement in either giving them intelligence or giving them some form of aid. I think that these officers are probably linked. If the reason is for misconduct or indiscipline, I think they are probably going to be linked with some of these types of activities. Because I don't think a coup, in a country like Nigeria, would be acceptable. I mean, there is no way to sell the idea of a coup. There is no benefit to the country, there is no reason to share with the outside world that a coup is necessary or is required in Nigeria today. So, I don't, I mean, it would be a really daft move for a group of officers to bring themselves together and try and plan a coup. I don't think there would be, any good end to it. So that is my take. But I think as more information will come out, hopefully in a couple of days and in a week, we'll see exactly, what may have happened.
Thank you so much. So let me come back to you, Demola. Now, this army officer called Colonel ALMAKURA was said to have just returned from a training in China. So now, and he came right from China and came straight to come and organize a coup. Do you see any foreign influence? Do you think possibly the CIA or the British intelligence could have reached him maybe somewhere along that journey and maybe compromise him to come? Because definitely, I don't think China will be involved in overthrowing Nigeria's government. I think it will be by Western intelligence. Do you see any foreign interference in any foreign involvement in this?
Yes, Nigeria is at the center of global politics, not on political issue alone, but also on economic issues of global stage.
Mm.
So I won't be surprised because our current development is really not being favorable to some foreign interest. So I won't be surprised if there is there are foreign interests in destabilizing Nigeria. And from history of coup in Nigeria, there is no coup that is not being sponsored or supported by foreign interest. There is no successful coup that doesn't have the handiwork or the interest of foreign interests in Nigeria. Because if there is any coup that is not being supported by foreign interest, that coup plan will not be recognized and it will fail because it won't have international support. So there is always a foreign interest in any coup in Nigeria or in Africa. So I'm not surprised, but I know that I won't say that China will have been involved, support that coup because China is even more protected in Nigeria now than ever. And maybe China is one of the reasons why the coup was not successful. Maybe because maybe it's China that gave the intelligence to the Nigerian security agency that actually foiled that coup. So foreign interest is there. But the main thing is, what is Nigerian interest? Why should we allow anything now to destabilize the development that we are doing as under civil rule? Why should we should not know Nigeria? Because any coup now, with the level of civility and democratic norm that we have established, we only destabilize and break Nigeria. There is no coup now from anybody from any region that we be successful without breaking Nigeria. So all those military or all those selfish politicians that may be trying to do this should realize that they are not doing it. If they did it and if they make any attempt of it, it will only be the end of Nigeria because Nigeria will break with any military intervention now.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Lighton, in the last few days, we saw what happened in a country called Madagascar. It was like something like a skirmish. Some people came together, they were demonstrating, they were rioting. Before you know it, it escalated, and the president was overthrown. And we've seen the same kind of style. It happened in Gabon, it has happened in Madagascar, and it is always caused by foreign powers. Like, let's have a look. If there's a coup in Nigeria now, whether it's bloody or it's not bloody, and Tinubu was overthrown, what will happen to all these reforms? What will happen to Nigeria?
Yeah, these people you are mentioning, they didn't care about reforms. All what they care is about themselves and their family. And since the bottle is no more in their mouth, they want to do everything possible, right, to back to the status quo. So nobody is having the interest of Nigeria at the back of their mind. Unlike the Western world, right, whereby the politicians, everybody, they are looking for the progress of their country. But in Nigeria and all over Africa, they are looking for their own interest, the interest of all these people involved, right? So the main thing is that we should sit down, right? And once they overthrow the government of Nigeria, that will be the end of the reforms. And just last week, right, I saw people from Qatar. They wanted to. I mean, they said they are aiming to invest $300 billion in Nigeria economy. The Nigeria Ogunleshi, all these people, they want to come and invest. That is, the environment is now convenient for investment, right? And these people, they don't care whether, but all what they are out to do is they want to still continue stealing, right? Even they might not be even the acolytes. Some people are supporting them, their cohorts. They let us kill this guy now. Who wants to do a process engineering in Nigeria? So Nothing concerned them. And with the question you asked Demola, remember why Gowon was there, right? So people they plan, they reformed. It was about going to all this. They overthrew him. They planned it in Britain. So all these people, they wanted to plan the coup and do this. So a lot of people, they are all this developing world. They don't want Africa to develop. All what they have to just to be making the Africa, making sure that Africa is not developed. Africa is not. They don't want Africa to develop. It will be. Look at what is going on with Dangote, right? Is anathema to the development of the petroleum organizations in petroleum stuff in all in the whole world, in Europe, in America, right? So all these things, a lot of development is now coming up in Nigeria.
Okay.
So they just we should look forward. We should. So if they exterminate about Tinubu, so that will
Thank,
be the end. Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you very much, Lighter. So, Shupo, this is your own last question, and the question is, if there's really a coup, why is the government, why are they keeping it under wraps? Why can't they just come out, show us their faces, and get them tried, whatever there has to be. If you plan a coup, the penalty is death. What is the problem? Why are they
Yeah.
covering? What is the problem?
So, and that's actually precisely my point. Why I'm thinking there wasn't a coup, but there was definitely something uh, big enough to actually arrest those officers, and because I do believe that some officers were arrested. As a matter of fact, there are two ALMAKURAs, both lieutenant colonels in the army. One, I believe, was questioned and then released.
So, do
Who
you arrest people for indiscipline?
Right. So,
Do you court-martial people for indiscipline?
so it depends on what you mean by indiscipline, because if the indiscipline or unprofessionalism is something, around giving aid, comfort, and support to bandits and terrorists, in cases, for example, where Nigerian soldiers have been killed,
Right.
that will be strong reasons to actually have them arrested and detained. So again, to me, that seems to be more of a probable reason, why officers were going to be arrested. Um, the officers, the Lieutenant Colonel Almakura, has a brother who I understand is commands the 343 Artillery Regiment in Elele,
Can you
and
imagine?
he was the one that was alleged to have been detained briefly,
Mm.
and later revealed after investigation shows that he
It
wasn't
was not
involved.
linked. Yeah.
So again, we'll get a little bit more information on that. But to speak to the larger issue, this is not. We all saw what happened when the Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso all removed their democratically elected governments. The whole Western world was against it. We've seen what happened also in Gabon. We saw what happened in Gabon, and now what's happening in Madagascar. So, to me, I don't think any army officer or group of officers will embark on a coup if they really plan a coup if there is no guarantee or assurance
Mm.
of support outside of Nigeria. And if we look at the way the Nigerian economy is going, Mr. Olaita just mentioned, for example, Qatar is investing $300 billion.
Mm.
Nigeria is in the works to develop the largest bitumen plant in
Mm.
Africa. There's a lot that is happening in that
Mm.
economy. And as a lot is happening in other parts of the world. I think reports, for example, have shown close to about 3 or 4 major refineries have closed in Europe since the Dangote refinery. So the administration definitely is not getting friends globally. In terms of from Western powers, and it is understandable that
Yeah.
these
They are trying
powers,
to. We are trying to change the world order.
they are not going to give up without a fight. And
Mm.
how do you do it? You sponsor terrorism, fake news, all of these things to destabilize the government to make sure that they don't have enough time to focus on their legislative agenda and all of those things. So these are the things that will keep happening.
Okay.
And my thinking is that the country, the armed forces, civil organizations should all
Okay.
support this democratically elected administration. Our democracy is not perfect, but bit by bit, we'll build on it and we'll have a stronger Nigeria.
Thank you very much. So we come to the end of today's deliberation. I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Demola Disa. Thank you for coming to today's meeting.
It's a pleasure being here.
And also to Mr. Olaitnadediba all the way from America. Thank you so much for coming to today's meeting.
Thanks for having me today.
And to Mr. Olawal from Calgary in a place called Canada. Thank you so much for coming to today's meeting.
Thank you for having me this afternoon.